Hello and welcome to this new YouTube channel, Critical Coffee Considerations. For the first video, I have an unboxing event. I ordered this Flair Signature from Bob Plaza. I'm not getting any money for saying this. This is just a personal hobby. Started in this Corona year, I started really exploring how to make coffee in the best possible way. And I'm not really addicted yet to the caffeine. I only have a maximum of 3 cups, some days even just 2. Actually, I try to drink 3 cups because recent scientific publications indicate that as being the optimal for health benefits. But it is becoming an addiction, more for the coffee machines maybe than for the coffee itself, and that is becoming very expensive. In any case, but I'm not making any money from this. This is just to have some fun. After having watched all this kind of unboxing videos myself, like usually I've thought about doing this before, but when I get something coming in, I'm too excited to even be able to wait for this kind of unboxing. Now I really had to challenge myself up to when I had actually time to do this. So what did I order? I did order directly for €4.50 the temperature measurement that I'll be able to put on the brewing compartment of the Flair. I did buy it at the right time because there's a free bag of coffee included with it, so that saves me €7. So the total price was, the Flair itself was advertised for, so it's the first signature, was advertised for $239 directly to the website of Bob Plaza, because they also have it on bol.com where it was like 20 or 30 euros more expensive, and it was really the cheapest price that I found in Europe. If I would have ordered it directly from the Flair website, it would have been, well, they also are having an action for $199, but then with all taxes and charges, it would have arrived at $260, $270. So it seems to be the best deal. So let's have a wow. Okay. So here we have it. Yes, proud owner of a handcrafted espresso machine. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Here it goes. So I was doing the research and comparing the Signature to the most recent one is the Flair 58. Now that's just ridiculous. It's, I'm, by now I consider myself a coffee nerd too, but when you're a home coffee nerd, there's no reason at all why your machines, whether it would be a regular pump espresso machine or a manual one, why it would need a 58mm diameter. That's for commercial devices that, why are they commercial? They have high throughput. So that's why you really need a bigger diameter. But for a home device, there's just no added benefits. So we have the nice case, and then we have a quick start. So before I go to the second part of actually trying this out, I'm going to study them. So see you later. Okay, so that was quite silly. I mean, I did the unboxing, I guess, officially. But then, like, the whole wow, you know, I was going to study this, but I just wanted to have a peek, right? So I didn't register my original wow experience. Let's see if we can. Okay, this way you wouldn't see it either. Like, okay, so, oh, wow. Here I have it. Wow, it's all these pieces. What to do with it now? Okay, so we have. Then we have a little tamper, not 58 millimeters. Doesn't need to be. It's like, you know, for the Flair 58 you would pay, well, you would start at around $500. So by the time it ships here, I mean, come on, let's not go too crazy. A little bit to get it, I guess, into the chamber. Okay, unpressurized basket, and then the actual brew chamber. Yes, here we go. Nice. Okay, with the spout, not to make a big mess. We'll all see this in action shortly. And then the foot. But of course, the real reason I bought this machine, because I couldn't rely anymore on my first cheap solution, which was the De'Longhi Dedica, which I bought around 160 euros a good year ago when I started this Corona hobby. But allegedly it uses between 12 and 15 bars of pressure. That's not good. That's after 1 year of watching a lot of videos that they got to be. That's like, it's not acceptable. So if I then have to manually put some force in it to get to 9, that's exactly what I'm going to do. After 2 days of studying, I'm now ready to prepare the first shot of espresso on my new Flair Signature with the coffee I got from Bob Plaza. Now, first thing to do is actually prepare the temperature strip, so we can really be geeking out on temperature at some point in the future. Not really going to care about it now. Oops. Okay, so it shows it in both Celsius and Fahrenheit. Not that you should care about the Fahrenheit, but still, there it is. Okay, so let's get it on here, hopefully in one go. Okay. Oh God, this is not ideal. Okay. Okay, hopefully a good investment. That's only €4.50. Okay, let's see. Of course, first main thing to do, weighing out the coffee. They advise between 12 grams and 18. Not sure about that though. But anyway, I'm going for the minimal amount of coffee beans. If you take consideration of the fact that it only really has a small diameter of 39.25 millimeters, and so the regular commercial one, 58 millimeters, basically to get around the same depth, you need around, let's say 45% of the weight what you would put in the commercial 58 one. So if we go for the maximum there, like officially for espresso, which would be 18 grams, actually you would only put in 8 grams in this kind of Flair to get a similar depth as you would get in a commercial setting. But as I advise a minimal one, I'm not going to go into wild experiments from this, let's say, first go. So we go for 12 grams, which we'll measure with my Hario scale here. Okay, there we go. On. How easily does this open? Okay, the package is in a nice way. It's always nice when they kind of include the option to close it together with the package. Okay, let's see. Almost there. Okay, yes. And we have access to the beans, more or less. Oh, okay. Getting a little bit messy. Oops. Okay. So 10. I'll need just a few more. So I always weigh my coffee before grinding because I don't like being wasteful, and your coffee is always going to be variable. But okay, now we have exactly 12 grams measured. So of course there might be some milligrams off for each shot, but this is just a minor factor, especially if you're using a good manual grinder. You have almost zero retention anyway, so that's not going to be the big difference. At least this Hario scale has a bigger measuring error, then I'm going to really lose coffee. In the meantime, before I start grinding with my Espresso Pro, going to use my filtered water to get it up to temperature. Okay, it should be more than enough. And let's see, let's start grinding. Of course, I forgot to check my grind setting, so it's actually at 10.2, but I have an offset of around minus 2.2, so I have to adjust my notes, my little notebook, to keep track of all the experiments. Okay. Some space for our mess. Perfect. Oh, that already smells nice. It's really the fun thing about hand grinders is that you feel a closer connection to the grinding process, and when you get to smell it, it's well, you already put some work into it. So now we have the little funnel and here the baskets. So here we go. Okay, I mean, yeah, you can see just there's a little bit. Okay, let's not freak out about it. Okay, like this. So try to get out. Yes. As we'll finish that first, I have the perfect cup to, you know, prepare my boiling chamber. Okay, so a little camera issue, but here we go now. We'll do the preheating in the no soup for you. Of course not. We're going for espresso. Okay. Okay, that should be good. In the meantime, we'll take care of the tamping. As they indicate, you should really, I mean, it's most important thing is just getting it very level. What I've also heard is you don't need to press as hard on a flare as you would for a regular espresso machine. Yeah, it kind of makes sense if you think about the fact with this diameter, the depth is already going to be more profound than even a double shot on a 58mm machine. Finally, we can now build up the machine. Okay, see that's an easy fit. Let's go. Okay, so it should be around 30 seconds. Does my temperature show? Don't really get it. Let's say, don't really know how I should be able to read it, or it's still way too low. But okay. Okay, so that goes on top here. Then, oops, of course, already forgot. This little thing that earlier in the video I misinterpreted as the basket is actually it's going to take care of spraying the water on the coffee. So of course that needs to be included. That would have been quite a mess otherwise. And now, okay, the fun part, already adding the water. So I'm just going to try and get it as much as possible without really ending up in the part where we have to put our little manometer. Okay, so that goes here. It's already getting quite messy. It's always easier in theory than it is in practice. So maybe I did actually overfill it a little bit. Okay. And a little cup I got from my Father's Day. It's a present. Let's see. And get a little bit better picture on this. Let's actually try and get it a little bit in camera view so you can follow. Hopefully the pressure build up. Oh yes, we're can we make 9? I guess we're at 8. Okay. And yes. Ow, getting a tennis elbow here. Okay. Okay, let's call that a day. Let's call that a day. Ooh. I'm going to have to work on my technique, I guess. But the important thing is, did we get a good espresso? Now you can see, you know, a delightful crema there. It's definitely some crema. So the package, it makes a lot of promises. It promises candied apricot, caramel, maple syrup, and organic, but I guess that's not something you necessarily taste. Let's first get this mess in here. Okay. And now, okay, let's enjoy, hopefully. I'm getting a little bit sour, so I guess I'm at the under expressed range. So next phase is dialing in, but I won't, you know, get you through this. In the end, I also enjoy my. It's not bad. It's a little sour. It's quite enjoyable. Main conclusion is, need further research, especially with the size of this basket being below 40 millimeters. How do I get to, let's say, a most comparable espresso as I would get in an Italian bar, for example? But I'm still convinced that you don't need a 58 millimeter device in your home as a home barista. Enjoy.